Hi, it's Paul from CCA, and today we're going to discuss how to save your business tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars when one or more of your clients goes into administration or files for liquidation in the next couple of years. It is without a doubt the largest change in legislation affecting businesses in Australia, but unfortunately very few business owners are aware. I'm not exaggerating when I say the next couple of minutes could be the difference between success and failure for many businesses in Australia, and it does have the ability to cost you everything. So today we're going to discuss what is this legislation, how does it work, what does this change in legislation mean for you as a business, and how you can protect your business for less than $1 a year. This is really important information. Keep watching and stay tuned. Thanks. Now, before we get started, if by the time we get to the end of this video, you've appreciated the information that we shared with you, what I'm going to ask you to do is to share this video across your various social media platforms. The idea being that the more people that become aware of the potential issues around credit management, the better it is for all Australian businesses. Now, the legislation I'm referring to is called the PPSA, or Personal Property Securities Act. It combines with its register called the Personal Property Securities Register, or PPSR. The PPSR is the only place that you can go when you want to register any form of security when a business extends credit out to its clients. So I hear you ask, well, Paul, why is it important that I as a business register on the PPSR? Well, over the last 20 or 30 years, when a company went into liquidation, the banks and the ATO were generally the only ones classed as secured creditors. Everyone else were treated as unsecured creditors, normally getting 2 and 3 cents of the dollar. Since the introduction of the PPSR, that's no longer the case. The ATO and the banks no longer have priority. It works in date order. So the date in which you register is the date you are placed on the PPSR. The issue is that since the introduction of the PPSR, you're either registered on the PPSR and are a secured creditor, or you're not. It's pretty straightforward. The problem is that if one or more of your clients goes into liquidation in the next few years, what will happen is the liquidators will go to the PPSR, they'll get down the secured creditors, they'll look at the assets of the business that's going into liquidation, and they'll make a judgment on whether the liquidated assets of that business are going to be enough to pay the secured creditors. If not, what they do is they enact the preferential payment clawback. And what that is that gives the liquidators the right to claw back any payments that have been made to unsecured creditors in favour of secured creditors, i.e. anyone who's been paid in the previous 6 months that hasn't registered on the PPSR. What the liquidators will do is they'll claw back all of those payments, they'll pay themselves, they'll pay their secured creditors, whatever's left goes back to the unsecured creditors. So what this does is that leaves you vulnerable to preferential payment clawback. Now I understand you're probably thinking, what did he just say? But unfortunately it's true. If one or more of your clients goes into liquidation in the next few years and there's not enough money to pay the secured creditors, the liquidators have the legal right to claw back any payments you've received in the previous 6 months to ensure there's enough money to pay those secured creditors. However, there is good news. For less than $1 a year, which is $6 for 7 years, you as a business can register on the PPSR as well and become a secured creditor. So you can now put your business in the same position as the banks security-wise, and ensure that even when your clients go into liquidation, you've got a very good chance of being paid. You've got exactly the same chance as the banks. Because as we just discussed, if there's not enough money to pay the secured creditors, they will claw it back from the unsecured creditors or people who haven't gone to the trouble of registering on the PPSR. So if you're a business that extends credit to your clients and you're not registering as a credit provider on their PPSR, then you might want to look at what you've got to do in order to start doing that. I will tell you though that of the something like 8 million registrations on the PPSR at any one time, it's estimated that maybe 80% or something like 6.5 million are actually invalid. Because in order for you to do a legally binding PPS registration, you have to have the appropriate legislation incorporated into an agreement, and that agreement has to be signed by both parties. Normally those agreements would be your terms and conditions. So when you open up a credit account, or when you provide someone with a quote, or you're even doing due and charge, you would have your terms and conditions on the back of your credit application, on the back of your quote, or on the back of your work approval form. And by doing that, you can legally register on the PPSR, have it legally binding and enforceable. Now, I understand with this information that you're probably going to have a few questions, or for that matter, quite a few questions. We do have additional comprehensive videos on debt collection, terms and conditions, and the PPSA legislation. But if you want to have a chat in relation to how the legislation, how terms and conditions can protect your business, specific to your business, then hit the Contact Us Now button below. We'll give you a call, we'll have a chat. There's absolutely no obligation. But what I will ask you to do is, as I said at the beginning of the video, please share this video across your various social media platforms. The more people who become aware of it, the better it is for everyone. But that's pretty much it from me. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you stay safe. Got any questions, give us a yell. As I said, absolutely no obligation. Thanks for watching. Ciao.